it's easy to regard religion as irrelevant if you base it on science.
Irrelevant if you base it on science.
Yeah, if you try to use science into the picture, then it kind of becomes irrelevant. So that's why I'm not like 100% sure that there is life.
Okay. Cool. My name is Ben.
I'm Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you, Michael. Is that like the traditional spelling Michael?
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, so what belief would you like to discuss?
Like any belief.
Yeah.
Right.
Typically, I just ask people to pick something which kind of really has an effect on their lives, who they are. But yeah, whatever is interesting to you.
All right. I think the life after death one is still pretty interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
I really like that. That's something that I haven't discussed before.
Okay.
Life after death. Awesome. Yeah. What would you say is your confidence that there is life after death? On a scale of 0 to 100.
I think something like 55.
55?
Yeah, just...
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very honest answer, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 55. Yeah, because it's like it's mostly based on religion, which sometimes
Okay.
you know it's easy to like regard religion as irrelevant if you base it on science.
Irrelevant if you base it on science.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
try to use science into the picture, then it kind of becomes irrelevant. So that's why I'm not like 100% sure that there is life after
Okay.
death.
What is the thing that gets you to the 55%? Is it still religion, or is there a different aspect to it?
It's mostly religion.
Okay.
Religion, yeah. Because growing up, you're told to have certain beliefs, like religious beliefs. Then as you grow up, you begin to question those.
Okay.
And you begin to realize on your own that perhaps it's not really true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, were you ever higher in confidence in this belief?
And this, yeah, I think I was when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah, then it began to drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the science part, where you say science kind of contradicts belief and you questioning it, that's the process which got it to
Yeah,
progressively drop
Yeah,
down.
it got it to drop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been freezing.
So what about religion still gets you to the 55%?
What about religion exactly? Well, the reason why it's above 50 is because the religion I was brought up in, it promises that there's life after death.
Okay.
So if you're told that's like your entire life, then you begin to believe it. So that's basically the reason why it's above 50%.
Okay.
Then, yeah, like I said, it dropped because of, I don't know, not maturing, but those are like new ideas you get.
Being exposed to
to different opinions
Okay.
or different religions, yeah. Then you begin to kind of question what you've been told all along.
Okay. Wait for a second. If you weren't brought up in this belief,
Yes.
what do you think your confidence would have been?
I'll probably be zero.
Probably be 0.
Yeah, because besides religion, I don't think there's any basis of trying to suggest that there is life after death. It's just this, then that's probably it.
Okay.
Yeah.
When somebody is brought up to a belief, is it possible for them to be mistaken about that belief?
I'm sorry.
So when we're brought up to believe something,
Yes.
right? Does that make it necessarily true, or can that belief be false?
It can be false. It can be false. Sometimes, like, you can need to believe in something because, like people want to mold you into some kind of like morally upright person.
Okay.
So if you believe in certain things, then it'll help you. It'll kind of like push you in towards that direction.
Okay.
Like you can be told that, of course it's law, but then if you're told to believe that something like stealing is bad, then you're told that like when you're being brought up, then when you're old, you're not going to take part in such because you've been told to believe that it's bad.
Okay.
Of course it's law, but then it can also be looked at as some kind of belief.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. You need to believe something in something, but let's put that aside for now. If what we are brought up to believe doesn't make it, if we can be brought up to believe something and that thing be false, not be true, what about the way that you were brought up or about this belief, in spite of recognizing that, still gets you to 55%?
As in, I'm told, like I'm brought up believing in something, and then what?
So basically what I'm saying, if we can, being brought up with a belief, that belief can be true or false.
Yes.
So the fact that we're brought up to believe it doesn't necessarily make it true.
Yes.
Is believing what you are brought up to believe a reliable way of getting to the truth?
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say that it's a reliable way to get to the truth. Because sometimes the truth isn't. It's not something which people want to accept.
Okay.
Like
the truth isn't something that people want to accept.
Yeah, people want to accept. So if you're told, it's like, alright, like coming back to that belief of life after death. No one wants to believe that, you die, then that's it. But it's probably the truth. But then you're told, like when you're getting older, you're told to believe that it's otherwise. That you die, but then something happens afterwards. So it's taking people further away from the truth. Just people have this certain mindset that there's more. Whereas really there's not. So beliefs can take people away from what's actually there, because it's it's like a kinder message rather than like the real truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a belief can be there for comfort reasons.
Yeah, for comfort, exactly.
And in doing so, it can give you comfort, but it can actually take you further away from the truth.
From the actual truth. Yes.
Okay. Very interesting. Is there anything apart from the comfort and being brought up with the belief that gets you to the 55%?
To be honest, I'd say that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are like the major influences. I wouldn't try to cite any others. Those are the major ones.
Okay. Yeah. Last question.
All right.
Is 55% then the right place to be?
Right place to be. If it's as low as 55, then I think it's right, because it kind of shows that you're willing to accept other opinions. If I said I'm 100% convinced, then you told me otherwise, then I'll probably get upset. But then if it's as low as that, I'm probably willing to listen what other people have to say about that particular.
Okay. Cool. So that process that you've already kind of been going through,
Yes.
being open, seeing different points of view, that can, you're open-minded, so it can potentially push it up, or it can push it down.
Yeah, I can push it down.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much for your time, Michael.
It was nice meeting you.
It was so nice meeting you. It was so nice talking to you, and really, I really appreciate your honesty.